This is the Sepang International Circuit. It's the Formula One circuit in Malaysia. We're just outside Kuala Lumpur, not for the Formula One, but for the Audi R8 LMS Cup Series, LeMans Series Cup. And it started as a marketing device. Audi is a big premium brand in China, and it sells its cars based on its sporting heritage and prestige. So they put together a race series only for Audi R8s. And it combines rich people in factory-prepared cars over there, racing against other rich people and against professional race drivers. It started in China last year. This year it's also in Macau, South Korea, and here in Malaysia. It's better racing than you think. I'd call this boys with their toys, but Audi calls it customer racing. Now what it means is, if you've got enough dough, you can get yourself into one of these Audi R8s. That is a 565 horsepower V10 powered car, and go racing. You can go racing with your other rich friends and against some professional race drivers. It sounds like fun. If I had the dough, I'd do it. Mark, is this real racing here? Because some people look at it and say it's just a bunch of rich guys, in expensive cars.
I think when you saw the action out on the track today, you definitely have to say that was real racing.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of rubbing, we had some good passing, we had some spinning, but no, it's definitely real racing. Okay, you do need to have a little bit of money to come and race an Audi R8, but that doesn't detract from the fact that it is proper racing.
But the race managers have to keep the racing safe.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a team that we bring from the UK, a very experienced race director, a series steward. They've worked the series steward has worked at levels of F1. The race director has been doing it for 40 years, and it's all about gaining respect between the officials and the drivers. The drivers need to respect the officials, and when they do, they act a lot fair.
Well, some of these rich guys aren't used to taking no for an answer. I mean, have you ever had the black flag one of them?
And I don't think we have in the Audi R8 LMS Cup. No, not that I remember. No, it is all about respect. And they understand that if they start to play dirty, it's not going to work out for them in the end. They'll get excluded, or they'll have points dropped, or a grid penalty, or whatever else. So, no, some of these rich guys, they don't take no for an answer in their normal life. But
they need discipline, and you give it to them.
Absolutely. They're all just racing drivers to us. It doesn't matter whether they own a massive corporation or whether they used to drive in F1. At the end of the day, they're all racing drivers, and they'll be treated like racing drivers.
Bern, this looks like fun. I want to write you a big check and go racing next year. What's it going to cost me?
We have actually fixed costs for the car. You have to buy the car.
Yep.
And then we have the costs that come up for every race, for insurance, and for the fee for every racetrack.
So it's 340,000 euros?
Yes, you're right.
For the car and the service?
Yes, you're right.
And then maybe another 150. So for €500,000, I can be there.
You're right, yes.
How can you be sure that someone who buys a ticket to race isn't going to kill himself out there?
We can't make this sure, but of course we talk to the drivers beforehand. They get a detailed briefing, they get detailed trainings, and these drivers, most of them are professional, and they know how to drive such a...
Yeah, but the businessmen, do they have to do a racing license? Or
yeah, they have
like
to do a racing license. We have different kind of racing licenses, and the businessmen, they all need hours on the racetrack before they drive this kind of car.
It's a one-make race, and all the cars are supposed to be identically prepared. Is that right?
That's correct.
But if I were a rich guy racing, I'd say, Ingo, make mine go faster.
Yeah, you see, that's the good thing about the series, because we have a complete independent scrutineering team, which is coming actually from the UK. It's BARC.
Oh, so they're checking out.
Since 100 years they are doing racing events.
But
now it's the 101st year.
What they say in sports is, if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
That's true if you have your own team, if you race against competitors. But here, if it's a one make, and we are all the same team, so we make sure that they have a level play field.
That sounds right. This race was won when a former Formula One driver surprised another driver and made a sudden pass on the last lap. Now you're talking to Canada now, Alex, and I saw that pass you made at the end. You gave him a head fake. That's a hockey move.
Yeah,
he took the fake and you went the other way.
Exactly. He took the fake and I just went to the left. And he could have made it harder for me actually by trying to squeeze me, but thankfully he didn't. But luckily there's a lot of space at Sepang. I think he maybe was thinking about the race tomorrow. So It was a very strategic race, you know, because the
It
tires
was,
are going
yeah,
off
yeah.
so much.
After
so we
that
had
funny start.
had to keep changing the driving style as we were going through the race.
I noticed he came around the corner, wheels to wheels, and there's one of the gentleman racers. He's like parked in the middle of the road
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, I saw that, so I could see Marchi lifted, so I tried to go around the outside, but that put me on the dirty stuff and I almost spun the car.
Yeah, I noticed.
Because I got a big time sideways, and so luckily it was all right.
But
And,
is that a problem with this gentleman racer thing? You know, the customer response. I mean, you had a couple of years at F1, and now you're racing with guys who just buy a ride.
okay, there are about 8 professionals and the rest are amateurs, but it's still a pleasure to drive with them because
Yeah.
I'm at an age where you like to try and help the other drivers, and they love to be coached and stuff, and it's great to try and get them up to speed.
Well, everybody had a great time, and Audi got to show its racing credentials to a powerful and wealthy group of owners. If I had €500,000 to blow, I'd sign up for the next year myself. Now, you see that little figure down there? That's supposed to be me. Hello. Oh, well, the only one I can afford is the A3, so let me go over here. Whoop, too far. Got it. Now, something's going to happen with the A3. Whoop, come on. You got to stand still. When I slap this down on the button, ta-da! Absolutely nothing happens.